Well, rivalries go through hot and cold periods, and when you think about the Georgia Bulldogs, they've got a lot hotter rivalries right now than next state over South Carolina. Think Alabama, think Florida, think Tennessee. At least that's what everyone thought. UGA ranked number 3 in the country headed into this rivalry game today against unranked Carolina. But the Dogs looked bad at Tennessee last weekend, and that carried over in the first quarter. Up a field goal here, but Ryan Holinsky drops one in for Brian Edwards, and he goes the rest of the way. 46 yards, untouched until the 5. He gets in, and the Cox are up 7-3. Now, UGA looks sluggish, so of course, you'd think Jake Fromm will save them, right? Nope. Picked off in the second, the first of 3 interceptions he threw today. He hadn't thrown 3 picks all year. Now, the second was absolutely brutal. They had a rushing touchdown and got things tied up right before halftime, but Israel Munoz rips down a pick 6 from Fromm, and he goes 53 yards the other way. UGA down 17-10 headed into the break, and people starting to get a little bit worried between the hedges. And nobody scored in the third, but UGA on the move in the fourth. With 2 minutes left, they take a 96-yard drive down the field, and it's the Savannah Christian graduate, Demetrius Robertson, with 3 catches on the drive and the clutch touchdown to tie things up. But South Carolina put together a big drive in the final minute and a half, and here's Parker White for the win. No way. Dogs stay alive, and we're headed to OT for only the second time in Sanford Stadium history. In OT, Georgia gets the ball first, and it's another backbreaker from Fromm. And now all South Carolina has to do is hit a field goal from about 30 yards out to win. Here's White again from 30. Again, no way. UGA's guardian angel strikes twice, and we go to double overtime. Cox start with the ball. Here's White. For some redemption, takes the lead 20-17. So Georgia needs a field goal. So they trot out maybe the best field goal kicker in college football, Rodrigo Blankenship. He has not missed one all year. And hell froze over. Hot Rod misses the field goal. Fromm throws 3 picks. The Dogs lose 20-17 to unranked South Carolina.
You can't hang their head. They got to go get better, and we got to help them get better. And the leaders in that room will do that. And that's part of it. When you play in the SEC, guys, every week you've got to be at your best, because every team is 100% capable of out-physically you and outplaying you. And today, they played better than we did.
All right, we weren't planning on having Connor on camera today. As you can see, he's a little dressed down because he was shooting the game on the sidelines. Being transparent, we didn't think we were going to have to do a post-game discussion segment today. But all of a sudden, Connor, Georgia looked awfully bad against Tennessee last week. You could argue the fact that South Carolina took him down to the wire this week would have necessitated them dropping out of the Final Four. Even if they had won, now they're definitely out.
Yeah, and what's most worrisome is the compounding errors of Jake Fromm looking very uncharacteristically sloppy with the ball. 3 interceptions, and then you have 4 turnovers in general, and you don't force a turnover on the defensive side. That's what Kirby Smart said post-game, as you heard earlier, is that when you have that turnover ratio of 4-0, you can't expect to win games, especially in the SEC. He was asked about South Carolina maybe not being one of those that you circle as a might lose game, and he said everyone in the SEC has the ability to play with anyone any week, and that's why you have to be ready every week. They weren't ready this week. They came out sluggish on offense. The crowd could even sense it as well. Some boos raining down in the stands. Some people saying just keep running the ball up the middle, jokingly, because that's what they seem to do a lot today. But that front 7 for South Carolina is quite big and quite good, and that's a main reason why they pulled off that upset today.
Well, if there is one single good thing about this game for Georgia, it's that now they know what they need to do if they want to make it to the college football playoff. They need to win out the regular season, go to the SEC championship, and beat Alabama.
Yeah, and it's going to be really interesting from here on out to see whether it's going to be the coaches pushing these kids to rebound, or whether it's guys like Jake Fromm, like DeAndre Swift, like Demetrius Robertson, whoever it may be, Richard LeCount, who's a local guy that we know as well, stepping up and saying, hey, we just got embarrassed on our own home field. This is time to bounce back and show people that we deserve that top 5 ranking, and we can get back into it.
All right, I'm being told we need to wrap things up and get back to the WSAV studios in Athens. Greg and Connor back with more at 11 on WSAV.